Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Wreaths and Things, and I'm continuing my Base Wreath tutorial video series, and today I'm going to be doing the Folded Ruffle Method. Everything that I need today is here, so I'm using 21 inch, and these are 21 inch by 10 yard Deco mesh rolls. I have two of them here because I have two different colors. One's a white, one's kind of a silver. White pipe cleaners, and an 18-inch wire wreath frame. And that's all you'll need for this base wreath. A little Wreath 101 today. This is an 18-inch wire wreath frame with 4 wires going all the way around, and we have crossbars every so often. And we're going to have 6 sections in total here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those are separated by those crossbars. And today we're going to use all 4 of those round wires. So there's a little Wreath 101 for you. And why don't we just get right on into making this base wreath. Here we go. So I have my 21-inch Deco mesh, and I'm going to start with the white one here. And just to let you know, look at this rock. Isn't this beautiful? I just love it. My sister-in-law Mary made it. And I will link everything down below. I'll have a little bit of a blurb later on in the video as well. But I love using it just to kind of hold down my Deco mesh. And what I'm going to do is cut it at 20 inches. So this is 21-inch wide Deco mesh, and I'm now cutting it at 20 inches with the help of that fabulous rock that Mary made. And all I'm doing is I'm using my large cutting mat, and I'm laying it all out using my rotary cutter. I'm cutting at 20 inches. If you don't have a large mat like this, you can totally lay down a ruler. That's how I used to do it before I got my mat. And now I am doing the silver colored one. Now for these, I am cutting 12 pieces of 20-inch lengths for each color. So that's a total of 24. Now if you're gonna do one color, cut 24 pieces. Now I'm going to start working on my working wreath, and I'm going to take my wreath with my pipe cleaners, a little bit of glue, and the first thing I'm going to do to wrap my first stem is around the crossbar and the outside 2 wires. So I'm going to go around the 2 wires as I'm showing you right here, and that crossbar is going to be all in between that pipe cleaner. And then what you're going to do is you're going to twist it around a little bit, find the center, give it a couple of really good twists so it's nice and secured, and we've got our first working stem all ready to go. Now I'm going to do the next one on the 2 middle wires. So again, I'm feeding that pipe cleaner through, measuring where my center is, and then I'm just going to give it a couple of good twists to make sure that's not going to go anywhere. And for the third one, I'm going to do the exact same thing using those 2 middle wires, wrapping it around and giving it a twist. And for the last one in this first section, I am going to use the 2 inner wires. So you'll see me do that in a second. I'm just playing around with placement for these ones. But those 2 inner wires, I'm going to wrap my last pipe cleaner for this section. Okay, you're just going to wrap it around, measure to the middle, and then give it a little bit of a twist. And I didn't like that twist, so I'm going to do it again. And once I've got that all settled, I'm going to evenly space these guys out in the section. You'll see me kind of move it around. So I'm going to have 4 of those pipe cleaners in each section. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add little drops of glue on each side of the pipe cleaner on the wire, holding the pipe cleaner in place so it doesn't move around a lot. So you just need a little couple of dabs of glue. That's it, nothing crazy. Then that won't go anywhere. So now I finished my first section with the 4. Now I'm going to continue on with the next section. So we're going to repeat the whole process, starting at the crossbar with the 2 outside wires, making sure they're in between the pipe cleaner, and then you just give it a nice good twist. I usually twist it like 2 or 3 times. There's no reason for you to twist it like 7, 8, 10 times. But again, I am doing the middle 2 wires for the second and third pipe cleaner, and then the inner 2 wires for my last one. And here I'm measuring out, it's about 2 fingers for me. So my fingers are fairly large. It's about 1.5 inches in total, if you're curious, with the 2 fingers. So they're spaced about 1.5 inches apart from each other. And now I'm just gonna finish the rest and finish off my working wreath. And it is all done. So in total, you should have 24 stems for this 18-inch wreath. Now, this is for a very full wreath. You'll see how full it gets. If you want, you can take out 1 stem per section, which is 5 less, and then you can do that. But for this particular wreath, I've cut out 24 pieces of Deco mesh to go with my 24 stems. That's how it all works out. 6 sections, 4 stems per section equals 24. So here we go. I've got my handy dandy rock. Thanks, Mary. Once again. And now we have 21-inch width with 20-inch length, or the other way around, however it works. It's going to be 20 by 21. And you have a good side and a frayed side, or cut side, let's say. And for this folded ruffle method, what you want to do is you want to have the good side, or the manufacturer's side, finished side, however you want to call it, at the tops and the bottoms, and then on your left and the right have your cut sides. That's how I work. It just seems easy for me. And now what you're going to do is you're going to fold those 2 good sides together. Now, folding Deco mesh is a little, how do you say, what's the word? I'm trying to find a good word for it. It's a little cumbersome, let's put it that way. Just take your time like I did here. Just kind of make sure it's nice and flat. It's not going to be a perfect rectangle, but I always have the left-hand side as the folded edge. And to start off, where the edges where I cut, to reduce fraying, I fold them inwards. So you see here, just at the bottom, I'm folding them inward, and then I'm going to hold that down. And the same with our normal single ruffle method. I'm just going to crawl my fingers and hold everything in the center there. And then once I'm done, you just grab that center nice and tight, and we're going to bring it to our first stem. Open that up a little bit, and then just place that in there. Give it maybe 3 or 4 ties or twists. Make sure it's nice and secure and that's not going to go anywhere. And then after we get that in there, we have our first folded ruffle on our wreath. And of course, right there you saw that I didn't fold in my ends. Bad Dave, bad Dave. I do it for the next ones and the ones going forward, but I just totally forgot to do it on that one. For this wreath, I am alternating between the white and the silver Deco mesh you can see here. If you're using the same color, just keep continuing using the same color, or more than one color, just do it as you choose. So here again, I am folding my Deco mesh in half, such that the good side matches the good side. And then my process is I have the folded side on the left, so the cut sides are at the top and the bottom. And then before I do my ruffle, I make sure I fold in those edges at the bottom. And then we're going to crawl up the middle, gathering that Deco mesh. Oh, I didn't like how I started that, so I'm going to do it again. And there we go. And we just bring it forward. I'm going to move my little handy dandy weight out of the way. Then I'm going to fold in my ends and make sure those little fraying edges aren't visible. I'm going to squish down that middle, and I'm going to work and find my next stem, open it up a little bit, and then place that right there in the middle. Give it about 3 or 4 good twists, And then once that's all nice and secure in there, you can see how it's coming together so far. I just fluff it up a little bit, just kind of see how it's going to go, how I want it to go. But that's basically how you get your folded ruffle wreath method. I'm going to continue with my next one here. Again, I just fold it in at the bottom, scrunch it up, fold it in at the top, grab that center, find my next pipe cleaner stem, and I just carry on and on. You can kind of see how it's filling up already. I just love it. So I'm going to finish this off, and I'll see you in a second. Here we go. I'm using my last bits of Deco mesh. I'm going to squish this all together. Don't forget to fold in those frayed edges. I will say this is the first time that I'm using this mesh. So the white mesh I believe I got from Walmart, and the silver mesh I believe is from Canadian Tire. They had a huge sale on, they were only $4.50. So this is the first time I'm using this mesh. Usually I use Michael's Dollarama or Dollar Tree mesh, but I didn't mind it. It wasn't that bad. It's a little bit fray, I will say that, but I did like the two colors and how they went together very well. And here we go. I'm putting on my last little ruffle there. And don't be afraid. Show it who's boss. It gets kind of squishy at this point in time, but just, you know, maneuver it and you'll get it in there. But there you go. See those little frays there? I mean, there's a couple of long ones, the little flyaways. I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes cutting those all off. And then once it's all done, here you go. This is your folded ruffle method base wreath. It's huge, it's fluffy, it's poofy, it's wonderful. I love it. And I hope you do too. Don't forget, this is just a base tutorial. If you want to check out my other videos, click on the links down below. I'll provide them for you. But there you go, your base folded ruffle wreath, and you can decorate it however you want it. That's the beauty part of these Base Wreaths videos. You can do whatever you want. It's all up to you. So next week, I am going to be joining my friend Susie from Susie's Stuff, and I'm going to take all this stuff and make a silver and white winter wreath featuring this little guy right here, this little gnome. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button and a notification bell right down below. And a huge and special thank you to the sweetest sister-in-law in the world, Mary. Thank you so much for this rock. I absolutely love it. If you want to check out her links down below, she does more than rocks. She's super talented. You'll be blown away. I promise you that. So check her out. Thank you so much for joining me today and making another base wreath. I hope you enjoyed and learned lots. Don't forget to check back next week and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.